Meanwhile, on the political front, the poster wars continue, and this is BJP releasing a new poster against Arvind Kejriwal, claiming that he is the poster boy of corruption. Now, this is how politically the situation has been developing. As far as you can see, this fresh poster based on a Hollywood movie that has now been interpreted by the BJP, where Arvind Kejriwal's image that has now been included in this said picture, which goes on to say that poster boy of corruption, Arvind Kejriwal. Let me go across to Mohit now. Mohit, of course, politically, we're looking at a war of words that continues ever since the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal has been done by the ED, but the poster wars have also been continuing. Fresh release of poster by the BJP calling him the poster boy of corruption.
Well, Amita, it seems that the BJP have got a massive boost after yesterday's order from the High Court, where the strong observations have been made on the case by the High Court. And now we see that how the BJP is talking about that Arvind Kejriwal on the moral grounds should resign, because BJP says that he's the kingpin of the alleged liquor scam. And now we see that how a poster has been released by the BJP, which clearly says and depicts the picture of Arvind Kejriwal, calling him as poster boy of corruption. Now, not just this, not just on social media, BJP is also taking the fight to the streets. Amita, today there's a massive protest called in by the BJP at 11:15 near the Aam Aadmi Party office, where the BJP claims that they will continue their protest. They'll continue the charge on the Aam Aadmi Party and Arvind Kejriwal till the time he doesn't resign from his post, because after there has been strong observation from the court on this particular case, courts have also questioned Arvind Kejriwal's keeping the summons. We see that how
with us. Akashdeep Muni is with us right now. Sir, good morning to you. Right after the setback that Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party received yesterday, of course, we are told the team is now approaching the Supreme Court. Meanwhile, the posters that have also been released on part of the BJP saying that it is high time that the Delhi Chief Minister must resign, as he is the poster boy of corruption. All right, reconnecting that line again and trying to get as many reactions as possible. But Mohit, it seems this is the poster war that continues between the BJP and the Aam Aadmi Party. As the BJP, you mentioned, got a big boost right after this setback that was released by Arvind Kejriwal and his Aam Aadmi Party yesterday by the court.
Well, yes, Amita, and that is why we see that BJP has come out with this particular tweet comparing Arvind Kejriwal and calling him the poster boy of corruption. And this has been the charge, Amita, by the BJP, that the man behind the alleged liquor scam is Arvind Kejriwal. Now that the strong observations have come from court, and as we were discussing earlier, the BJP is now pushing for the resignation of Arvind Kejriwal. Though Aam Aadmi Party has stated that Arvind Kejriwal will not resign, jail ka jawab, vote se is their campaign that they have started. Many of their leaders are going to the court on daily basis, to the people on the ground on daily basis about this particular campaign. But we see that now the BJP is mounting pressure through various posters that they have released. And this is the latest poster that we are putting on our screen for our viewers, which has been released by the BJP. And today itself, there's a massive protest that is being called by the BJP near the Aam Aadmi Party headquarters. So, Amita, in run-up to these elections, it seems that the observations by the High Court and the liquor scam will be on the top focus when it comes to
Mohit, please to stay on with us. Mr. Nalin Kohli of the BJP is with us right now. Sir, good morning to you. Right after the setback that was received by the Delhi High Court to Arvind Kejriwal and the Aam Aadmi Party, sir, yesterday, BJP has come out with a new poster calling him as the poster boy of corruption.
I was listening to very carefully to the important point that Mohit was making on your show. So let's take a look at it a little analytically. First of all, Mr. Kejriwal wasn't in a bail application. He was basically moving a petition before the Delhi High Court challenging Section 19 and his arrest under Section 19 of the PMLA. His bail already stood rejected. So the bail application has to be courtesy, an appeal which he hadn't filed. That's why he's in custody. His legal team must have felt that they will go at a higher threshold and challenge the arrest itself. Now, in that, some very strong comments have come in the judgment. And perhaps because from what one gathers from the media, Mr. Kejriwal's legal team seems to be more focused in bringing political points rather than legal points while arguing the case. And as Mr. Raju, the ASG, who argued the case against Mr. Kejriwal, correctly said, how can the argument of there is an election entitle one to bail? The same would hold true then for a murderer also. Anybody can turn around and say that, look, I'm in jail, but now it's election, so you should release me. Law will function or judgments will come based on law. Now, Mr. Kejriwal and his team have every right to appeal as any Indian citizen. They are invoking that right. But the fact of the matter is, till date, Mr. Kejriwal has not explained why his two colleagues have been in jail for so long, and why is it that they decided to change the old policy for a new policy, the excise policy? And why are they not coming up with clean answers or clear answers in terms of the questions being asked about the policy not being followed, the procedure not being followed, about benefiting some people?
Sir, because the points that you are raising, I'm told that Mr. Akashdeep Muni is also with us. I have another question for you, Mr. Nalan Kohli. Please to stay on with us. Akashdeep Muni, as we are hearing from the BJP's point of view, as far as challenging the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal is concerned, because this is not a bail plea. As far as the legal team has already approached the High Court and it's seeking now an urgent listing of the matter in a short while from now.
You are right. The legal team has approached Supreme Court, and regarding the judgment that was given in the High Court, I just want to tell you that remember in the case of Sanjay Singh also, the High Court, the same evidences were in the High Court, which were then quashed and the case was disposed. But later on, the same evidences, when it was produced in front of Supreme Court, the Supreme Court made some scathing comments on...
No, Mr. Muni, a counter question to you. And Mr. Nalan Kohli, sir, if you can come in and correct me if I'm wrong, sir. Because this is, as you mentioned, not a bail plea that has been moved by Arvind Kejriwal. And previously, while granting bail to Sanjay Singh, it was the ED did not oppose it, Mr. Kohli, also citing that it cannot be cited as a precedent.
I have two things to say on that. And I point out, first, correctly, as you've said, this is not a precedent. The ED conceded in the facts of the case. Two, that was on the bail plea. Number three, the most important, and the Aam Aadmi Party, perhaps because they don't understand the legal position or they are choosing to build this narrative, Mr. Sanjay Singh is not the one who's the chief minister, whose two ministers, along with the chief minister, changed the policy. Mr. Sanjay Singh, the allegation on him is that he facilitated the movement of money. That is the allegation. But Mr. Sanjay Singh is not the authority who took the decision, made the change in the policy, withdrew the new policy, and who did not follow the procedure while incumbent. So Mr. Kejriwal, Mr. Manish Sisodia, Mr. Tatendra Jain would be in a different category to Mr. Sanjay Singh, who is not the incumbent. Mr. Kejriwal, after all, is the chief minister of the Aam Aadmi Party and its supreme leader on whose directions the government is running.
Right. So let me take a quick counter for Mr. Muni now. Akashdeep Muni, sir, when it comes to the Delhi High Court yesterday, also making it a mention as far as the convener of the Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, that is Arvind Kejriwal, and allegedly when it comes to his active involvement, when it comes to the formulation, ED has given ahead enough material evidences to support that.
Ma'am, you are actually partially correct, partially incorrect. I want to tell you that you are saying that Enforcement Directorate took back the case, that is why Sanjay Singh got bail. I want to tell you that you are incorrect on this. I want to quote Honorable Justice Khanna of Supreme Court, where, quote, I'm quoting the court, not paraphrasing as you are doing. Mr. Raju, please keep in mind, we have to, as per Section 45, observe in favor of the petitioner. Okay. Please understand the implications of that during trial. So get instructions on whether you need the further custody. When this was indicted by the Supreme Court, that you consider that if you want custody, then we will be giving our comments on the trial before the trial has begun.
So the observations made by the High Court, let me quote from that as well, because you're making that point, challenging his arrest in the liquor policy, observing the Delhi Chief Minister conspired with others and was actively involved in using the proceeds of crime. Thank you very much, Mr. Muni, Mr. Kohli, for joining in. Of course, we continue to get you all the reactions in a short while from now. The legal team of Arvind Kejriwal is now moving the Supreme Court.